Go for it.
Good to go, yeah? All right. Thank you, sir. Hallelujah. We thank God for another beautiful Sunday, another glorious day. So excited to be here. Thank God for your life, Rev. So happy to see you, Sister Aku. You know, I'm your number one follower. I've been following you Nicodemously. You're doing a very good job. God bless you. Sister, I see you there as well. God bless you. You know, last week, in the course of I've been a bit busy. I only listened to last week's message this morning when I was driving for Southampton. Last time I went to Southampton and I came back this morning. I only listened to it when I was driving back for Southampton. And when it started, I heard Joshua's voice. And when he was reading the mission and the vision of Wi-Fi, I was in a rush to come home and check if, because I was just blown away. I was blown away. It felt like I've never heard it before. So I was just going to ask you, when I get home, I was going to call you and find out if you've rewritten it or it's the same thing. Or maybe when I was reading, I wasn't reading it with a flair, with the English flair. So it was sounding new in my ears, new and powerful and exciting in my ears. Or probably because it was coming from Joshua. It was so beautiful. Joshua, God bless you for the wonderful job. I really wish that you continue today, but I'll let you off. I'll let you off. You will do tomorrow. You will do next week. Next week I'm on, but you will do next week. So bear in mind, we're going to alternate. You do one, I do one. Because we've been blessed. This house, if you don't have Akwala, we don't have it. If you don't have it, there's nothing like you are growing small. We are all grown. We are all grown. So it's good. You did a wonderful job. God bless you, Joshua. We thank God for today. We thank God for what is happening. We started us off well with the song, but the show that we have here in this house is gratitude. We don't say that's a cliche, or we don't come here and be grateful because so and so have happened. We are grateful because there's nothing more that we can do. Gratitude is our environment. Gratitude is what we are and who we are and what we have to do. Because we know and we understand that in Him we are complete. In Him we lack nothing. In Him we are not struggling for anything. And so if something happened to us, if any good deed happens to us, it is not by chance, it is not luck, it is not news. It is not new. It is meant to happen. All the goodness you are enjoying, all the peace that you are enjoying, all the grace that's abundant to you and your household, it is not new, it is not news. Saying that, I'm not saying it is not good to every now and then list your blessings and name your blessings and then give thanks to God. And probably saying, and for example, say, Father, I thank you that this has happened. I thank you that that has happened. It is not wrong to do that. But I want to bring your attention to the fact that even though it is good to do that, it is not new that is happening. For me to have the mindset of that sort of gratitude, so Father, I thank you that I have got a job to do, means that I'm not entitled to the goodness of Daddy. And so, for example, if Reverend calls me and he says that, so okay, I've transferred £10,000 to you, I need to appreciate, I need to thank him because I'm not entitled to his sweat. He goes to work every morning, I go to my different work. But his children are entitled to his hard work. And so much as that's how we wake up every morning and say, Daddy, I thank you for what you do for us. So he has no choice than to do it. He has no choice than to do it. Equally, the Father has no choice than to do you good. It is impossible for him to do otherwise. Bringing your attention and your focus to what gratitude means. That is your environment, it's where you live. So you wake up every morning and irrespective of the circumstance, you are grateful. And I think it is very good, it's very necessary that we are doing this pain series. You wake up in the morning and you physically feel the pain, but you are grateful for the pain because it's meant to do you good. We thank God that grace and peace has multiplied onto this household. That we work with understanding, we work with wisdom. That in this household, we have come to terms with our oneness with divine. And we believe that whatever is happening to us is meant to be, and whatever is happening to us is for our good. And it has already worked out for our good. So we are only enjoying the finished work of what the universe has done. It is just unfolding, and we are enjoying it. We cannot go against what the universe is doing. We are enjoying it, enjoying it. No matter the shape or form that it comes or it appears, we enjoy it. I want you to have that mindset even as we are praying. And if you're not there yet, I want you to bring yourself to that place that you begin to enjoy the moment because Daddy is doing you good. The universe is doing you good. It might seem like pain, it might seem discomfort, but it is doing you good because that's all that Daddy can do. Daddy can only do you good. The universe can only do you good. Nature is not meant to go against mankind. Nature is not meant to go against you. You are the reason why the sun shines every day. You are the reason why it rains when it has to rain. You are the reason why there is summer, there is winter, there is autumn, there is spring. You are the reason. If we cease to be, there will not be any summer again. The world will cease to be. You are the reason why. This morning I was driving, I was thinking about this. It is good. I mean, it is mindset. And that's my prayer has always been that we will graduate from that limited mindset onto. And I was thinking about this. We used to pray, we say, Father, even the air that we breathe, if we were to buy, we couldn't buy. It is true. But the air is air because I live. It is only air because I live. I'm making the air possible. God is functioning because of me. The air is God. The rain is God. The trees is God. Or the trees are God. And all those things that I've mentioned are functioning, are in position, are in place, are happening because of you. We thank God for this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are. We thank God for the invasion of truth, for the invasion of wisdom, understanding. The entrance of His word brings light. This afternoon, this morning, this is my prayer that as His word comes, light, understanding, wisdom, knowledge will invade our realms. You break every confusion. Any mindset that exalts itself above the truth will be shattered in the name of Jesus. I've never come here and left the same. And that's my prayer once again, that even as you have come, wherever you're watching us from, whenever date that you watch us, you will not watch this video, you know what, this session, and remain the same. Something will happen to you. You will grow in wisdom, you will grow in understanding. When I say something will happen to you, you are not going to fall down. But all the skills on your eyes, all the skills in your mind will drop. And you begin to see God for who He is. You begin to see yourself for who you are. That's the miracles we are experiencing here in the household of our Father. And as you are praying, I'm chipping in this. That for those of us who are expecting miracles, miracle will happen to you. Might not be in a shape or form that you expect it to happen, because you have 2 legs, you have 2 hands, so you don't expect to see another leg popping up. That thing that you so desire, it is happening. It is happening. That thing that you so wanted it to happen, it is happening for your good. Even as you think about it every day, even as you dream about it, even as you profess it, even as you speak it loud, it's being established in the name of Jesus. I call it done. You are God and you are good. We thank God for this afternoon. We thank God for today in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Think, as indicated 3 weeks ago, what we're doing for the next few, for this series is I'm treating all of this from the book, The Way Forward, which I have recommended that we all get. It's a great read. I'm starting a new YouTube channel this week. Conscious Awakening. And get ready for some of the mind-blowing content. Just touching on just ancient, hidden, powerful, revolutionary truths. And all I'm going to do all of that in my voice. So get ready for that. And this book is one of the ones that I have picked to share insights from, because I believe everybody on this blue marble planet should have a copy of this. Have a copy of it. Awesome book. 18 Principles and Practices. We started off with Principle 1, the principle of pain. We have been talking about dealing with that. Today, what I intend to do, we're wrapping up. I hope that the exercises that we have dropped in, we've had the chance to go through some of them. And I'll see how time goes. Depending on how time goes, I may introduce the second principle, that's the principle of well-being. I may introduce it. And then we see how it goes, time permitted. So we're wrapping pain up today. For those of us who have, then I say, even if you haven't joined, even if you were not in the service the last time, I expect, okay, coming from the man who doesn't like using the word expectation, because expectation is a trap.
And we will trap you today because we don't have anything for you.
But I did, you know the thing. Sometimes it's just a benefit that, as I say, as Rumi said, not that I say. So Rumi has said it, and it's become my statement as well. That God's language is not English. The language of God is silence, and all others are just poor translation. Which and every time we try to use words to communicate, there is limitation. We introduce limitations.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Introduce limitations. Yeah, and words are never enough to explain them. So he was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and he saw, and it was like there was no exactness there. I saw, and it was like this. So you have to use the language of what I call similarities and examples. Okay. But vibration, spirit. The words I speak unto you, they are spirit. Life. No one can miscommunicate silence. No one can misinterpret silence. God's language is stillness. Okay. So I expect that even if we're not in the service, just as you said, we go back. That's why it's on YouTube. That's why I've now preferred YouTube over Facebook, because Facebook you do it and it's become a hassle to even look for it. But YouTube is there. So long as you're in the channel, you see it. It's there. Okay. I go back and listen to it. The feedback has been awesome. And it's not just a matter of we hearing, but being doers of that which you've heard. Doing as in becoming united, becoming one with the truth that is hitting you. The word became flesh. Dwell, let it dwell. Let the words, let these principles indwell. You become the embodiment of the principles that we are learning. And I am committed. My passion is that we come to a place where we don't become a people who are driven by head knowledge, but we become living examples of the very principles that we expound. That's why Paul said that, yep, I've loved you to the point that we haven't only dared to share the gospel alone with you, but our very lives, because you have become dear to us. And unto the Gentiles, we have become a living epistle being read off. Why? Because people will look at them and they will see the scriptures, they will see the work. See, so that is what it is. So the only thing that will give me the satisfaction and the feeling that this work I'm doing, or this work that we are doing, is yielding fruit, is that we come to the place where these truths are resonating in our lives consistently, not being hearers only. And he compares that to that man who stands in the face of a mirror and walks away, and straight away he forgets what manner of man he was. These are mirrors reflecting the inner virtues, the soul virtues that are being fashioned by you hearing these words. I'm beginning to sound poetic. I don't like it. Actually, I can't really use that. I don't like it. Right. So, yeah, we've been talking about pain. It's actually the principle of existence, but it's just pain and pleasure. And let me reiterate this, that pain and pleasure are the same thing. They are just opposite ends of the same spectrum. It's just like hot and cold. If you have hot water and you raise the temperature, or you lower the temperature, sorry, you're going to have cold water. Lukewarm, then it's the same thing. It's just opposite ends. Same thing. Yeah, they are not. It's like male, female. We are all male, female. All of us. Don't confuse gender with sex. Okay? Don't confuse the two. We are all male, female. Male, female created he, them. We've got the blend of those elements in us. So that's why he is also Father, Mother, God, Nyamieja, and he's still Nyamio Batampa. Beautiful. It's beautiful. So, what have we learned so far about pain? Joshua, are you there? Without putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So could you please give us a recap, or not just a recap, but what you've learned so far about the principle of existence, that is pain?
What I've pain isn't necessarily a bad thing. Many people believe that pain is something that's meant for people that do bad or sinners, and pleasure is for those that do good. But truly, pain is for those that it's for everybody, because you need pain in life to, because you cannot have good without knowing what is bad. You also need pain to gain experience and stuff. You need pain to learn in life, because you won't grow without pain, without knowing something's bad that's happened.
Are you done?
Do you want anything else other than pain?
Yeah, Flo, I'm listening. Go.
He also talks about the our like core principle. Do you want me to explain that? Or
Yeah, go on, yeah. So basically a summary of the pointers you've made in the last 3 sessions we've done, yeah.
yeah, so when we're talking about core principle is, well, from what I understand, it is the reason, your belief and the reason why you will do what you do. For example, someone's core principle is so they will do something for others to like them, or for others to want to be like them. And like how I said, my core principle is for others to understand what I'm saying, what I mean when I say something or do something, and to be on my side.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Anyone else? Your takeaway? We're wrapping it up today, so your takeaway in the last few weeks.
Oh, God bless you, Joshua. I think Joshua summarized it well. the last three sections or last two sections. The first one was an intro. The last two sections, he did mention, or if understood, I'll call it the basic or the basic principle of pain, or the foundation, or something to understand when you encounter pain. It's knowing that pain is not an adversary, or pain is not there to oppose you, or pain is not something against you, but pain is for you. Pain is to facilitate your evolution, facilitate your growth. I think in the last two sections when I was on, I did use two examples. When I did say that except a grain of rice, except a grain of wheat or rice or corn or maize, whatever, be buried, it abideth alone. So at the point of you burying it, that is pain. It goes into the ground, step on it, water it, sun shines on it. You go home, you come back, and it's not the same again. It comes out, and then you get so excited because you are getting more grain. You go to school, and then you want to graduate from class 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. I'm here to see anybody, no matter how clever you are, no matter how Einstein and whatever you are, Archimedes you are, nobody likes exams. Until you are given something to test you to know that you are capable to go to level 100, you are capable to go to level 200, you remain there. And so I see, rightly as you said, pain is a catalyst. It means to move us from one stage to the other. So that first statement that you ever made, that life is all about pain, and that pain is not about you. It's the best statement about pain that I've ever heard. All that is happening in life is painful. But that pain is not exclusive to me, it's not exclusive to you. It's not centered on you, it's not pointed at you to do you bad. It's part of the process of refinery. Let me use that word. So the miners know how to see how you do gold rings, gold chains, and you see, oh, your gold ring is really nice. That's always not been like that. It's gone through processes, painful processes. I go to work and people see me say, you're tough, you're macho, yeah, I'm macho. I'll show you a picture of how I was before. Very slim, lanky boy, tiny boy. Remember when I was in primary college, I came home one day and my senior brother wasn't into bodybuilding, but he had friends who were weightlifting. These guys began to laugh at me. Say, I went to school, look at how I don't get to look at how I become lanky. I said in my mind that I also start pushing metal. So every morning I'll go and then tap. It was painful, the body. Then I saw results. And the more you see the results, you feel like I want to go more.
That's right.
You see the results, you want to go more. You go to the gym, and when there's no mirror, you want to look at the mirror, and you're last one is painful. You are hurting, but you want to go more. Because in the gym, we believe that if I can lift a weight, say I can go 10 reps, that is my strength. That's what I can do. That's what I can do. I won't gain nothing. But after the 10, when I can no more go, and I'm forcing myself and I'm going through the pain, that is when I get the gains. And all this that we're talking about is in display everywhere. Everything that we are seeing, all the life processes go through at one point a sort of pain that translates us from a different place to another place. I was having a chat recently with somebody. I'm just chipping this in as a testimony, Rev, and then the person was saying that it was about application stuff and immigration stuff. I say, I did this and I did English, and I say, and I laugh. And that's the person wanted to tell me that, oh, I don't know how he's feeling because he was hurt. Man, you have not seen it. Just it's if I tell you to keep calm, it will be okay. Keep calm. Because I know what I'm talking about. The joy of me saying that to the person, because I've got experience when it comes to that area. Because I've been through it. Moved from one state to another, and it's built me up, it's toughened me, it's giving me a certain understanding so much that if I see somebody, I can preach similar to them. I've become an epistle in that area. Somebody will look at me and say, oh, this person did the same. So whatever I'm going through, this person has gone through, and it's come out beautifully. Everything that is happening in life, at one point, will not be pleasant to you. But it is meant to do you good. So when we start to see pain, as when you brought that exercise, this one, as I was driving, I was listening to the message, I was thinking in my mind, the things that I've gone through, I've been through, that really hurt me. And I was asking myself, oh, okay, so this happened. I could have thought of it this way. Because when it happened, I didn't die. After that happened, after, I even got better than I was before. But when it happened, I was in pain. It's because we don't understand we've never understood what pain really is. Because it's not pleasant to us, to our physical body, to our expectations. We didn't get what we expect. We've set expectations for ourselves of how life should be. I expect life to be this way. I'm not listening to nature. I'm not listening to the universe. I want life to be this way for me. Life is not about me. Life is about mankind. We are one. My life is your life. Your life is my life. We all have one life. We are just individuation of that life. But we all have that life. So when you go to the sea and the waves are coming, you see wave here, wave there, wave there, wave there, wave there, wave there, wave. But it's water. They all go back and be one sea. And so that pain that you are experiencing is not about you. It's about me too. You can be in Ghana and have that pain, but that pain is about me as well. It's not just about you. That pain is about that somebody in US. That pain is about that somebody in Nigeria. You are feeling it. But the transformation will happen to all of us. I have understood from last two sections that pain is to do me good.
That's right.
If I don't remember anything at all, to know, embrace, understand, work with that mindset that pain is to do me good. And in the midst of pain, or when I encounter pain, the first thought I should have is, what is this meant to be? What is the positive outcome of this? And dwell on it. Rather than brood on the pain. Think of the benefits that it is bringing you. I rest my case here.
Thank you, sir. There is oneness. And you are that oneness with the oneness. Mystical truth. Right. Boxing on. So I think we have done, we have, there's a lot more, as you know, there's a lot more we can say about this, but we just need to wrap it, move on to the next. If you miss any point, one thing that we need to understand as I gave this analogy last week and the week before, that the pain of the mother is the glory and the joy of life. Could she say that her pain is bad? No. Without
If
which,
it's bad, like some people not go 4 times.
of course. You see? So that alone is evidence, is proof that all of life is about pain. But the pain is not about you. The pain of the mother wasn't about the mother. It was about the child. And it was about what life is doing per the time. And when we go through painful instances, and people decide to absorb it and rise above it, expand, accommodate it. Whereas many others decide or choose to nurse the pain. Those who nurse pain invariably end up finding something to blame for their pain. I'll make this statement and everything else I'll say following on will hang around it. That I've come to accept that those who are living the life of power are those who have decided to use all of their pain, emphasis on all, as tools and catalysts for growth. How do they do that? Face their pain, absorb it, capture the learning from it, just as we were saying earlier on, and move on to growth. This struck me from just looking at the birth process. See, all of these have got something to teach us. And I remember one time a friend of mine, she always, she's one of those who fair play. Everyone behaves the way they behave and look at life the way they look at it, based on where they find themselves in life and based on what reality they are choosing. And she will be on the phone and narrate all the things that are supposedly going on in her life and the things that are wrong in her life. This is not going well. And I don't have this and I don't have that. And I'll just stay on. Once it's finished, and I'll ask you, where have you finished? It's like, and she will say, Papa, then I just say, so after your home mobile me, how did they benefit you? How did they change your situation? I've said this a few times. Sympathizers are time wasters. There's a difference between empathy and sympathy. I'm empathizing, I'm feeling it with you and bringing or helping you bring solutions to it. That is how I see empathy. Sympathy is still, I'm far removed from it. Oh, it's okay. Oh, you'll be fine. Okay. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, there's nothing I can do about it. See, sometimes, and there is a place for sitting, letting people pour their heart on you and listening, because sometimes I've gone through phases. Okay, so I've been in that place where the moment you start talking and I realize it's just chat time, like I can see the solution before you even started talking. I won't even let you land. I'll give you the solution straight away. Okay. And but over time I realize most people don't like that. Even though it's either the solution that you are professing is not what they want to hear. I do hear that. No. Oh no, it makes sense, but it's not what I want to hear. I'm like, I'm out of you. I say this all the time. If you know what you want to hear, why don't you tell yourself? Why don't you tell it yourself? Why are you coming to bother me? If you sincerely know what you want to hear, why do you want to hear it from me? Say it yourself. Okay. So I've gone through that phase of that, no nonsense, and I've shifted to another phase where even though we can clearly see a line of solution, not necessarily solution, but a line or a viable possibility ahead, just let you just say everything you want to say, because sometimes some people don't really want a solution. That's the truth I've also come to realize in dealing with people. They don't really want a solution. Why? Because they don't want to own whatever the challenge is and address it. But what they are looking for is just an emotional vent. I've realized that. So
I think that there are some people also, their solution is just having somebody to speak to. So once they're able to pour it all out onto you, that is problem solved for them.
So then it comes to it that
exactly
the challenge might not necessarily be whatever thing that you're going through, okay, but the challenge is that they are feeling unheard. They are feeling not listened to. They feel like they just want to vent or explode. Okay. So if after that's done, whatever was supposedly the issue is no longer an issue, then praise God. But if after that's done, we still have to deal with the issue, that is where my challenge lies. Okay. But I just chipped that in.
Just to chip this in with what Mr. K just said, that someone just wants to find someone to vent on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What that is, and what makes people feel good after that is they've just transferred all their feelings, their energy to you.
Yeah.
And most of the time, by the time you walk away, you would have absorbed all what they were feeling into yourself, and they are feeling good. They've taken your energy and exchanged it, just to chip that in. So most of the time, the reason why people disagree, when you're talking to them and you're not absorbing what they are saying, but kind of letting them to see the other side, is because the energy that they are trying to project or give to you unconsciously is not coming in. It's still with them, so they don't feel good. But when you keep quiet and you're listening and absorbing all their energies, they feel good because they've just released everything onto you. So sometimes that is something to watch out for. I just thought to chip that.
And that's very true. Very true. And the challenge comes when you are in the face of someone who is overly conscious of their internal energy, and they're like, no, I'm not letting this come in. I'm not letting this come in. And then you feel like they are not listening to you. You see, so yeah, it's just the beauty of it. But hey, it's just one of those things. So finding someone to blame doesn't really help. It only transfers responsibility from you, and it even makes you feel more disempowered. So long as someone else is responsible, then what you technically you're saying you can't do anything about it, is it? So then it's even more frustrating if then that person who you're making responsible is also not doing anything. It's not doing anything about it. It's more depressing to be in a place where you know you can do something about it, but not know what to do, in my opinion, it might be better than being in a place where you can't do anything about it. You're blaming someone else for it, and they are also not able to do anything about it. That will make you feel more depressed. My principle is very, very simple. Regardless, whatever, I always say I am responsible. And the moment you accept responsibility, your mind just gets kicked into genius mode, and you begin to find routes around whatever appears unsurmountable. Okay? So that is that. And I did say that to live life in an attempt to not have pain, avoid it without acceptance, it strengthens the thing that causes you pain. You are most powerful when you are able to bring acceptance to painful experiences. Okay? So, and Joshua made a very, very good point. Get this from religious folks sometimes. When life is not going the way they think it should go, in the way they expect, some of the first questions that come is, oh, where did I go wrong? What did I do? What sin have I committed? You know, and things like that. It's not true. It's not true. When the story is told that the wall of Siloam fell on thousands and killed them, they went and reported to Jesus, and he's like, oh, has this befallen these people because of their sins? And he's like, no, it's not because of their sins. If you don't stop thinking like that, the traditional will tell you that if you don't repent, no, but if you don't stop thinking that when evil supposedly befall people is because they've done something wrong, you will suffer the same fate. That's what he told them. Okay. So in very late times they say that good things, not that they are using good and bad just semantically, because it's just what makes us understand the narratives that we are building and the distinctions that we're trying to bring to it. But it can happen, or life happens to us all. As Solomon says, the race is not to the swift, battle is not to the strong. Time, circumstances, and environment happen to us all, because life is happening. So you can't live a life of constantly running away, living your life constantly running from pain. To run from pain is to run from life. That is a problem. I cannot overemphasize that, because this attitude and this posturing entangles you in more pain. See? Because what you'll be running away from, you will attract more of it. It's as simple as that. You do not need to suffer pain. We talked about we have talked, and we also gave the distinction between suffering and pain. You don't need to suffer pain. You don't need to. Because to suffer pain is to just allow pain to run your life, to motivate you and to dictate your life. Constantly rehearse it. That's suffering. Pain is a choosing, or what do you call it? And suffering is optional. You don't have to suffer. Suffering comes because we put up resistances. See, I gave the analogy of the tug of war the last time. Yeah. I'm not going to go over that again because I've already said it. If someone is trying to hit you and you put up a resistance, it may stop them, but you get hurt. You feel it. But if you try to pull away, you deflect it and you diffuse it. That is how you absorb it. So it is not a passive approach. It is an equally active approach to life. It's not about, because I was sharing this with someone and last week and he was like, oh, so that means that like accept everything. Then if that's the case, then we can't change anything in our lives. I'm like, yeah, I do understand what you mean, but that is a challenge because we think we have to change that. What do you need to change about the way your body absorbs food? What do you need to change about how you breathe it, or how the air is breathing you? God is very kind, very extremely kind. And his kindness is unveiled to all humanity. Causes his rain to shine on both the godly and the ungodly, as the text says. But the issue is, we just do not enjoy how life is being. We just do not enjoy. Because of our conditioning, we fight and we kick against how life is presenting itself at the time. And that is the source of all of our pain. Pain is an ally, it's not an enemy. Believe me. And when you begin to see it in this sense, pain loses its ability to hurt you. Because you're offering it's part of you. You're not offering any resistance to it. Your opposition determines your strength, doesn't it? More or less. While we resist, will determine the power and the strength that you put to. And someone was telling me that, oh, Vesta, you said this last week, and it's gotten me thinking all the time. So why does the Bible say for us to pray against principalities, pray against this, pray against that, pray against that? And I said, show me. Show me one New Testament prayer against anything. I did. Show me. I was just praying for. Even when Paul talks about a great and effectual door of ministry open in front of you, but many are the adversaries, he didn't pray for the adversary. He didn't pray for the perceived adversity. When they were facing persecution, they didn't pray against the persecution. They prayed for boldness. A persistent life of praying against things. And I've said it. I'm not going to, I can't be any economical about it. Everything you pray against is something that you are afraid of. And that prayer is fear inspired. You see cockroach and stuff because you are afraid. That's the reason why you're screaming and jumping. Hey, come here, Ushro. If you are not afraid of it, what are you praying against? All prayers against anything they are fear inspired.
If we just chipping this in, what kills me the most,
it doesn't kill you,
is when we try to create enemies and pray against them. We create enemies.
in case somebody's trying to do something like this.
Anybody fighting against your destiny? Who is fighting against
You
your
don't
destiny?
even know the person. you know, fictitious prayers.
we create enemies.
And then you just imagine your auntie or uncle or grandfather somewhere and make them the enemy. Who is even more miserable than you?
If anybody taking your name somewhere, who is taking your name where? And I said this last time. Why don't you just wake up and pray? Anybody thinking good of me, let it be so concerning me. Because at least I know that somebody is thinking good of me.
Of course.
Akuda is thinking good of me.
Of course.
Amma is thinking good of me. Jasha is thinking good of me. Marie is thinking good of me. They want my well-being. They want me to do good. That I know.
Before I come home meeting and I don't know.
Nobody thinks about you. Nobody's even thinking about you. Anyway, Rev, go on.
Yeah. I can't say this enough. I can never be poor. You are afraid of poverty. That's why you keep screaming and screaming and screaming. I can never be sick. You are afraid to be sick. If you're sick, and so what?
You get well, innit?
I don't know if I told you I had an argument with somebody. I went to the person's house and we were talking about ministry of these sort of things. Oh, I said, no, we need to pray hard because the children, what they are learning in school, and because they teach them to be gay. And I said, I don't pray for that. And so you take it. I said, I don't pray for that. It can't happen. It can't happen. It's not in my house. It can't happen. Oh, if you are saying this and you are saying that because this is, I said, I understand. If it can't happen. It can't happen to me. So there's no point I go and pray against it. And since then, the person has not come to me for prayers again. He used to come, oh, let's pray together. My prayers are not powerful enough. So
they are not powerful. They don't
come again. Before, the person used to come with any problem, will call me. I slept. I had this. Let's pray together and we'll pray. But now, all my prayer people has gone, left me.
Because your power is gone.
But my power is gone. Anyway, it's...
You see, this thing you're talking about, most of the time, even our children, not to deviate from what you're saying, they know the truth within them. Just as on the platform, we've talked about this example you just gave about, the prayer point the person wants you to pray. The kids know that they know within them, they know what they want and what they don't want. It's not about you doing special prayers for them. If you've taught them well enough, if they've watched you well enough, by the time they grow up, they will do what you do. You are the only book they read, the only Bible they read. So if you're doing the right thing, there's nothing to fear, because action speaks louder than words.
So why do you have to waste my breath and my small calories and pray that my children will not become this, will not become that, will not become this? That means I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking it can happen. That means that's what I'm thinking
exactly about. You will have to create the reality of something to not like it.
The things that I really fear has come upon me.
Of course. You cannot like something that is not prevalent within your space. And so the more you are go on.
Why are you saying this? I was supposed to work today, this Sunday. I told you I was working 2 Sundays. I was working last week. And I was working this. In the course of the day, I was saying to myself, this Sunday something will happen. I'll not go to work. I was meant to work today. Yesterday I went to work. Something happened. You told me to stay home today. Rep, is this not a testimony? Something happened yesterday when I went to work. And they asked me, don't come to work, stay home. And come to work on Tuesday. Just take today off. Something happened. Because I wanted to stay home today. I wanted to be in jail today. That's what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just and that's why I get keen about I say this to people and they don't, or some people don't get it, and it's fine. Eventually they will. When I say when you express dislike for something, when you express I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want that, the statement that you're making to the universe is it should bring you the presence of that thing so that you can express your dislike and express you're not wanting it. And I sat with a friend and I just asked her to run her mind through evidences in a period of 4 weeks. And she was like, damn, Sam. And I said, what is it? It's like, I've never thought of it, but it's true, because each and every time I've expressed an emotion, particularly in work, because she was having some challenges in work, each and every time I've expressed, I've seen someone or something have happened, and I'm like, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to happen. The next moment, or within few moments of me not expressing that thing happens. And I'm like, yes, it is. Because it will give you the opportunity. It is just honoring your affirmation. So I don't want this. It brings it to you so that you can express you're not wanting it. I want this. I love this. It brings it to you so that you can express you're wanting and loving it.
So would it make sense if I want £1 million, I could just say, I don't want it. I don't want it. And I'll probably
so that will happen. So that will happen to you.
Hey, come baby sasa me. Come baby sasa me. That probably I'm in need of money. So should I say I don't want money so that it's
okay.
So come for me to express that it's like
give you £1 million of debt.
Go on, Jay.
Would it not give you like £1 million of debt?
Exactly.
No. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But that
he has just dropped the answer that I was going to bring, because I think maybe we can deal with this when we go to when we talk about principle 2, the principle of well-being. I will take time and look at. We have dealt with this in the past. We'll take time and look at it, because there are two ways that I've identified to looking at this. Yeah, but valid points I've made a note. We will look at them. Let's stay with pain. Okay. So we've also said that pain believes in you and considers you a God who need whatever learning it has in store for you. Okay. The pain that you run away from will consistently surface. It's as simple as that. Are you with me?
Yeah.
You're here to handle life. And that life is about pain. Everything that confronts you, you have what it takes to deal with it. That's the truth. What it takes. No situation has ever befallen you than that which is common. God is faithful, that He will not suffer you to be tempted beyond that which you are able. You are able. It is common. God is faithful. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just share these bullet points or these highlights. And once I'm done, take any questions, do a short prayer, and disperse. Michael Singer says this, I think it comes to mind, and I think it runs in sync with what we are discussing. He says that you will never be free from challenges or problems until you are free from the part within you yourself that seems to have problems with life and everything. There's nothing wrong with life. There's nothing wrong with how life presents. But the challenge is us finding issues and finding problems with how life is presented. And freedom from problems or freedom from pain comes when you free yourself from the part of you that has problems or that appear to have problems with everything. Okay? And only you can take inner peace or inner freedom away from yourself. And only you can give it to yourself as well. I just want us to think on these things. I'm not going to Principle 2, the principle of well-being. There's a statement there that I'll throw that in and I'll say a few things and probably use that as an intro for next week's sessions. It says that release yourself from the need for apology and gratitude. No one owes you an apology for harm done you or gratitude for the good you did to them. I repeat. Release yourself from the need for apology and gratitude. No one owes you an apology for harm done you or gratitude for the good you do to them. That's going to be the next principle that we'll be taking. Principle 2 of well-being. Let your mind ruminate around it. It's not about you. If you forget anything, don't just bear that in mind. Stop thinking that everything is about you. You see people talking, they are talking about me. Someone is doing this, they are doing this about me. Someone is saying that, they are saying that because of me. You think that everything in life, you are the center. You are not the center of life. Okay? And when you stop thinking like that, instantly you will find inner peace and contentment. You say that experience is the best teacher, don't we? Is that not what we say? Well, then let me add in that if that is truly the case, then the experience pain contains, which is the experience of life, has more to teach you than you can ever learn from anyone. There's more to learn from pain than pleasure. That's why the ancients would say, Enije bebre clouds you sometimes. When life brings you to your knees, your genius kicks in. Many men who have changed the course of destiny have been men who have been in places where we thought that all was lost and all was gone. Do you know how many prototypes Dyson did before he finally had a breakthrough that he had? Do you know? Does anyone know? You can Google it. Apparently nearly 900 prototypes. Can you imagine? If he has stopped at 850, or if he has stopped at, you understand? Because you
I don't have that time. I don't have that time.
You see, you never know. But that must have been painful. Walt Disney was turned down how many times? He thought that his idea of Mickey Mouse and his idea of fantasy world for kids was just whack. Fast forward, look at the story now. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Socrates. The list can go on and on and on and on and on. Abraham Lincoln.
Pastor Sam, none of them sat down thinking about the devil and resisting the devil. Not 100 prototypes, and he wasn't sitting down. Any devil who is resisting
my prototype. Who's resisting my prototype?
Any demon in my mother's house and my uncle's whatever. That is, you see where we are? We are wasting time binding demons, and somebody is sitting down trying prototypes 900 times. You said a guy says you are very philosophical and whatever. You see, we have taken religion and put it in a different box and philosophy in a different box. Okay, I'm sorry to say, the person who asked you that question and thought you are being philosophical should go back and read Socrates. All these guys you are mentioning, they are inquisitive minds that the divine in them revealed itself to them, and they are the ones that have brought us this development that we are all running after. The idea is that is in them, the line of thought from the airplane brothers to whoever, the divine that revealed these ideas them didn't come from religion, in quote and unquote. I'm putting religion in quotes because philosophy is religion. It's well. You see, maybe I'm even putting things too many everywhere. But spiritual is philosophy, meaning you are putting that divine in you to action. You are questioning things. You are questioning things in the world around you, the sky, the moon, whatever. You need to reveal truth to you. Because who you are is what is out there. The moon, the sun, everything is in you. So the moment you begin to question and you begin to go out from mind, from within you, what is out there connects to you and reveals itself to you. So I'm very happy that you're bringing this thing because honestly, these are not guys sitting down and praying and resisting the devil. And look at what they brought to us. I mean, think about it. Dyson is evolving and now he's to hair dryers and from Dyson vacuum to whatever.
Yeah.
How did he come here? Why didn't he ask these questions then? How did these people come here? How did they get here? Maybe these are questions you should be asking rather than going out there and say, oh, what you are trying to say is the Bible is not true. Where is that getting at? Nowhere. Nowhere. If you're going out to go to the World Bank and begging for money, oh, please. Well, the World Bank is not sitting down resisting demons and giving you money. You see what
in saying that, Sister Mary, he's saying that, Rev, I always use home bargains as the man as an example. We've got people whose parents have got Buja shops in Ghana, kiosks. They've got shops. We've got parents who will close down their shops and go to church on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We've got so many kiosks in Ghana. I've never heard any of the kiosks become a mega supermarket. Home bargains 40, 50 years ago, it was a kiosk. Similar in Ghana. Corner shop. So this country is not kiosk, it's corner shop.
So was Tesco.
His mom, corner shop. Go there, sell with the mom. They realize, okay, now we don't go to the market, but let's go see the one who's okay. Home bargains. Sometimes he was the richest in the whole of Northern England, north of the United Kingdom. For 50 years. Corner shop. He's building a third warehouse, which is going to be fully automated. Where I was working was, I think, 40% automation. The third warehouse is going fully automated. He employs over 1,000 people.
My keyboard has finally given up. Naku, nanay. Go and get it repaired. I've just sent you.
He didn't shut down his store to go and pray.
Salamat, Andre.
You see, we said this, and people will sit behind their doors
Send money with
and think that we are not believers, quote unquote. Let me use that term loosely. Because for you to be a believer, you need to pray in a certain way. You need to believe in a certain way. You need to preach and bring quotations. We have sat down, no quotation today. You haven't said no quotation today.
I've quoted a few.
So those are your own.
I quoted Paul.
The point we are making here, Rev, is valid and the way forward for a continent like Africa. What we are talking about here, that we sat here, the few of us, is the way forward for the whole continent of Africa. Prayer will not change. Prayer doesn't change economy. Many years ago, a man of God that the whole world respects, to call Christians to come and pray to arrest the dollar. It's sad. See, we talk about this and it hits you, and then you become sad. Let's pray and arrest the dollar. Hey.
Meanwhile, people are chopping money, nyavu, and
people are chopping money
and
with
not
the
applying
dollar
common
rise.
sense to
With the dollar rise, people are chopping money.
What does it call it to economics? Wasting prayer. Anyway.
It is what it
is. Anyway, so and saying that, I just my advice, God, thank you for that. And you know, I even, we're talking about Dyson. I always cite Edison's. It's been said that he failed 2,174 times, even though legend says that it was over 10,000 times. So the record is even being economical with it. And a reporter once asked him how it felt to have failed the 1,000th time. And we all know, or those of us who don't, Edison's reply is just, it blows me out. It blows me away every time I come to think of it. I use this example a lot of times. Said that he didn't fail 1,000 times. He didn't feel like failure 1,000 times. But it only felt that the light bulb was an invention with at least 1,000 steps. It was an invention with at least 1,000 steps. The benefit is what we all have now.
Yeah, and it's all over the place. What is his name? The electric car.
Tesla.
Tesla. Okay, I think that what Pastor K is saying is very, very important. That our schools should help us to explore how ideas evolve, rather than learning about things that doesn't help us. The reason is, think about Tesla. This guy named Tesla, his car, Tesla. He's not the name is not his name. He named it after somebody who inspired him. Why? Because the guy who is Tesla is also a very, he's the one who also explored himself by sitting down and having an interest in the world, in nature, in whatever. And you know what I learned? I learned that Tesla was trained by this Indian mystic or guru who brought yoga to America, right? And that is the guy, because why? He helped him sit down rather than being agitated by prayer and demons. Sat down and went within himself, and through meditation and whatever, he explored the divine, the energy, the whatever that is connected to it. And that is how electricity also has a very good impact on how we now understand the way electricity works, right? Tesla. And that is why Elon Musk named his car after him. Why? Because when we talk about electricity, you cannot without bringing in Tesla. And we use this word energy. Why? Because that is who we are. And that is how he discovered how energy works. See? And the same is with this guy who brought the Apple guy who died. Same idea. You see? So I think that the way we accept things, especially when it comes to religion, hasn't helped us at all. But you guys are talking about, oh, me and Tibia, oh yeah, many idea. And I think that you see that religion came to meet a certain culture. It didn't come to meet an isolated. It came to meet a context. That is what we always believe in all this while. Demons, whatever. And so it came to meet it, and it was so accepted by us, right? So maybe it's time to go back and to our roots and see where did we miss this? Because we are accepting certain things that really haven't worked. It hasn't helped us. We are still holding on to these things. So and all you guys who come to protest something else, they see you as, oh, you guys are just blowing jazz, you are philosophers, you are whatever. No, they are not even willing to hear and say, oh, what is this guy saying? I mean, just listen and try and question your own ideas or beliefs a little bit. Just a little bit. What are you afraid of? Nothing.
Thank you. You're going to pray in a bit. I want you to understand life is going to happen anyway, no matter how much we think about it. In line of pain. As we're talking now, billions of things are going on around the world. You can think about them all you want. Russia, Ukraine, you can think about them all you want. Life will keep happening. Irrespective of your ideals, your concepts, your resistance to it, how you don't like it, and life will continue. When you try to avoid pain, that just possesses the potential of the pain you are avoiding. Every time you're doing something in the name of avoiding pain, that something in itself becomes a link that holds the potential for the pain you are avoiding. And our constant endeavor to avoid pain is what continues to create layers upon layers of our sensitivities. Let go. Let go. Let your feet, allow your soul to find a hiding place in you.
Intuition is not only real, but it's something that every...
Are there any questions? Are there any questions?
No question for me, sir.
Thank you. We haven't heard your voice. Aku. Or you don't feel like talking, yeah? If you don't feel like talking, it's fine. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. It's fine. Perfectly fine. All right. I wouldn't be able to tell how much of the background sound is coming through, but just tell me if it's just about right. Not too empowering, is it? Okay. I want you to just allow yourself to benefit of experiencing virtue at the moment. Just relax. In the eye of your mind, I want you to count down from 25 to 1. And just allow your body to relax. By the time you've counted down to 1, I want you to take a deep breath. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you take a deep breath in for the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out gently for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just allow yourself to feel the various sensations in your body. Notice the distinct sensations in your glorious body temple. There's a numbness, there's a tingling sensation. Feel it. See if you can identify what these sensations are communicating. See if you can smell the sensation. See if you can taste it. Has it got a sound to it? Can you hear a sound? And as you are aware of your body, I want you to understand that you are life itself. At this juncture, your breath is moving by itself, by its own law. Naturally, you're not forcing it. Life is breathing. And you are here. Doing nothing, wanting nothing, desiring nothing, just absorbed in present. Just a plain, simple knowing that you are here right now. All your senses are open now and functioning by themselves without any dictation, without your intention, without your assistance. You are not consumed with a sense of what will come and what is next to be. You've got absolutely no concerns, no cares, no worry. You're simply here. No expecting, no waiting. You're not engaged and bothered down with any ideas of what should be, what could be, what hasn't been. You're here in eternity. No sense of time. There's nothing like the past. Whatever is past is gone. Whatever you might call the future is only in your imagination. You are here right now. It's only now. And this now is so fresh. And the truth is, there cannot be a history of this time now. Whatever you are perceiving, the moment you try to think of what you are doing now, it's just memory. It's gone. It appears, disappears, comes and goes. What this tells you and I that there is nothing to pursue, nothing to chase, nothing to follow. You can't chase the wind. Because there is only completeness about you. You are not becoming in stages. You just are. When we talk about your evolution, you're evolving, you're only coming into an appreciation and an awareness of what you've always been. Add no story to it. In this time, here and now, wholly enjoy the sense of this beautiful existence. It's not separate from you. You're not apart from it. Does it feel like you are noticing your body? You cannot be merely this body. This body is just what you see. You are beyond your senses if you are perceiving them now. You are perceiving your thoughts. You are apart from your thoughts and only an observer of your thoughts. You are observing mind, so that tells me that you are beyond mind. You are beyond your experiences. You are yourself unchanging. That's why you only observe the changes in and around you. You're here. As a person, you are inside this body. But as consciousness, your body is inside you. Feel it. See yourself without any label. Sensations that are arising in you, they are only a flow of your natural rhythms. They are not you. You own them. Let this awareness stay with you. You are already where you've always wanted to be. You have all you ever desired to have. You are all you could ever dream. Let this reality sink. You are eternal. You are God. And you are very good. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Bye-bye Facebook. Bye-bye YouTube. We'll meet again next week. Shalom.